My husband looked at me and said, I have no feelings left for you, so let's get divorced. I don't care about the baby either, so you get custody. Then, unbelievably, his mistress chimed in. It's pathetic. You have to take care of the baby and work all by yourself from now on? Good luck with that. Even though things are tough now, I won't be defeated. The day will come when both of them will regret this. My name is Lucy. I'm 28 and I'm pregnant. I married Darren 2 years ago. We were the same age and coworkers. He was good looking, friendly, and doing well in his sales job. So I decided to take maternity and childcare leave, knowing he could support us financially. I was having a peaceful and happy pregnancy until... You're late again. You've been working overtime a lot lately, haven't you? I can't help it. The baby's coming soon and I feel pressure to make more money, so I take on more work. I appreciate it, but don't work too hard. As my due date approached, Darren started coming home later and later. I couldn't always stay up, being pregnant and all, so sometimes I went to bed early, which seemed to annoy him. Must be nice for you. You get to laze around all day because you're pregnant. I'm stuck working for this family. Being a dad sucks. What are you talking about? This baby is yours too, you know. Yeah, you're always angry these days. Women should just smile and agree with men. His demeaning comments increased as he started coming home late. I was really worried about his lack of fatherly responsibility and argued back every time he made a snide remark. But it didn't change anything. And a little while later, I gave birth. The baby, a beautiful girl, was born safely while Darren was at work. I emailed him to let him know and asked him to come to the hospital after work. I can't. I have a business dinner. He replied coldly. Seriously? A business dinner when your baby is born? Something felt off. He never visited us at the hospital that night. When I brought the baby home, he barely acknowledged her. Hey, Darren, she's our child. Hold her. I forced him to hold her, and he started shaking. Whoa, she's so tiny and soft. I'm scared. What are you talking about? Hold her properly. If I hold her too tight, I might break her arms or her legs, and then you'll sue me for damages. Just take her back. What? You think she's a doll or something? He reluctantly handed the baby back and got annoyed. This isn't what I expected. I thought she'd be a beautiful baby girl like me, but she's just a wrinkly monkey that sleeps all the time. We can't even take her out. Of course not. She's a newborn. It'll be months before we... I don't want to hear your complicated explanations. You always try to one-up me. He sulked, and I felt despair. But things only got worse from here. I'm home. Hey, Lucy. Your master is back. Do you know what time it is? You'll wake the baby and disturb the neighbors. How dare you talk to the head of the household like that? You're not feminine at all. Becoming a mom makes you lose your womanhood. What the? I thought things would change once the baby was born and we brought her home, but I was wrong. Once again, he came home late at night, causing a ruckus in the entryway. He didn't just ignore his family. He strutted around like a king, getting angry at me. He was also reeking of alcohol and a sweet perfume. Is he? I could always smell perfume when he came home late. I didn't want to believe it, but an idea kept circling in my head. Hey, we need to talk. I confronted him one weekend while our daughter was napping. What's up with the sudden seriousness? Darren, lounging in his sweats, looked puzzled. He did nothing around the house, even on his days off. Want to thank me for working so hard? I'm a great dad, right? No, that's not what I meant. When I spoke more firmly, he made a face of irritation. What's up with you? Don't ruin my precious day off with this stuff. You've been coming home late since I was close to giving birth. Why? Because I've been busy at work, working hard for you guys. But you always smell like women's perfume when you're late. Are you seeing someone else? I braved myself to confront him. He looked surprised for a moment, then smirked. You figured it out, huh? What? Do you understand how awful that is? Oh, shut up. This is partly your fault. Don't put all the blame on me. My fault? How is it my fault? You're the one cheating. Because you're always so annoying. See? Like what you're doing right now? You stress me out. I was speechless at his absurd excuses. You think that's an excuse? I finally managed to speak, and he let out a big sigh. Ugh. It's not an excuse. I'll explain everything tomorrow. Just be home, okay? What do you mean? Just wait. He said casually and left, leaving me confused and trembling. I'm back. Hello. The next day, I heard Darren and a familiar female voice at the door. Sally? Why are you here? It was my college friend Sally. She was always flashy and assertive, the opposite of me. I said she was my friend, but it's not like I wanted to hang out with her often. Oh, Lucy, you're still so dense. I'm here to take Darren. They laughed at my stunned expression. I swear, you always have the dumbest reactions, unlike Sally. What did you say? I was angry, but I quickly turned on my phone's recording app. Then I remembered seeing Sally and Darren at a mall when I first got pregnant. You two started seeing each other back then? Close enough. I slipped in my number and he called me and we started talking. Sally blushed as she recounted their affair. It's the same thing. I can't believe this. Darren, you were already a father then. See, Lucy, you always bring up fatherhood and responsibility. No wonder I looked elsewhere. I'm successful and popular. Poor Darren. He got trapped with a baby and tied down. Of course he sought comfort from me. God will forgive you, baby. Trapped? Do you even know what you're saying, Sally? I was shocked by their immature comments. I was cornered into marriage. You turned into a slob after getting pregnant and made everything about the baby. And look at what you're wearing now. Why are you in that loose dress? If you want to keep your man, you should be dressing up every day. You two have no idea how hard it is to be a parent. I can't prioritize fashion over my baby. Sally screamed in mock horror. Oh my God, you're so scary. Is this what they call a momzilla? Lucy, you got so tough. Unlike Sally, who's delicate. Don't be so hard on her. I was speechless in front of these clueless cheaters. They couldn't be serious. Darren continued. Anyway, I have no feelings left for you, so let's get divorced. I don't care about the baby. She's too small and fragile, and I can't show her off. She's useless. She's not a doll. Whatever. You can have custody. I'll just sign the papers. Oh, Lucy, you're so pathetic. You'll have to raise the baby and work all alone. Good luck with that. They laughed smugly at me. I must have looked pale. The most humiliating part was that I married this man and introduced this woman as a friend. I clenched my fists in anger and shame and glared at the two of them. Fine, Darren, I'll divorce you. But I'll be suing both of you for damages and asking for child support. What's with that sore loser attitude? No matter what you ask for, I'm a top salesman. I can pay you and still live in luxury with her. And I'm a career woman too, so paying you won't hurt me. They laughed off my rightful demands. These two were helpless. I'll move into Sally's place. You can't afford this rent, so move out.
Aww, dumped with a baby and no home. You've really hit rock bottom, Lucy. I'll let our college friends know so they can pity you.
They left, laughing. Why was this happening? As I was about to collapse in the living room, I heard my daughter crying after waking up from her nap. Holding her soft, warm body gave me strength. I wiped my tears and said to her, "We don't need him. He'll get what's coming." Darren and Sally seemed confident, but there's no way I was gonna let this slide. Both of them would experience a despair even greater than mine. A year later, my daughter and I were living happily. I returned to work early, and my parents helped with childcare. One day, my phone kept ringing. It was Darren, who I wanted to erase from my contacts, but I needed him for child support, so I couldn't. He sent a text saying he'd stop paying if I ignored him. What a pain even after we split, I muttered and answered. "What do you want now?" "Lucy, finally! Help me! I can't take it anymore." He sounded tearful. "You can't take what anymore?" "Sally, you knew she was a shopaholic, didn't you?" "Not really. She just loves brands and never wore the same outfit twice in college. She also took out loans for beauty treatments." "You should have warned me. I wouldn't have married her." "Not my problem. Hey, if this is just about something stupid like that, I'm hanging up. Enjoy your life with your spendthrift wife." "Wait! We need to talk about child support. Can we meet? Please." He used child support to force a meeting. He was pathetic, but I was curious to see his downfall. I met him at a coffee shop after work one day. "Long time no see." "Yeah, let's get to the point. My parents are watching my daughter." I cut him off coldly. "Right, okay. Like I told you on the phone, Sally's spending is out of control. Can you reduce the child support?" "What? No way. Hire a lawyer if you want to negotiate, but you won't win." He looked desperate. "You went back to work, right? Help me. She's drained my savings. I'm surviving on carrots these days." "Huh? You bragged to me that you'd live in luxury with her." "I know, but her spending is insane. And for some reason, I got transferred to some rural office and nothing's going right." Before we married, I supported him at work. He was charming but made lots of mistakes, and I covered for him. Moreover, my work performance was rated much higher than his, who was only valued for his looks and charm. When I explained the situation to HR, they promptly transferred him to a branch office in the countryside. I didn't expect him to be so useless without me. While he was half crying, the coffee shop door opened and in walked Sally in brand clothes and perfume.
Darren, meeting your ex without telling me? Unbelievable!
What? Why are you here? A year ago, they were all lovey-dovey. Now he's completely terrified of her. I invited her. You two should discuss your money issues. Darren turned even paler. Sally looked smug.
Money issues? No problem. I earn enough and control his cards and pins.
You've been spending all my money and yours too. I never thought you'd be such a spendthrift. You're a con artist. A year after accusing me of fraud, he was now accusing her of the same. His habit of blaming others was pathetic, but her spending was really something else.
How dare you! You said you wanted a beautiful wife. I was just trying to please you. If anything, you're the scam artist here. Your income dropped after the divorce.
I don't know why that happened.
Don't call me a spender. And Lucy, stay out of her business.
But he's the one who called me, and besides, you destroyed my family, so I don't want to hear it from you. My words hit her, and she fell silent. I sighed. I don't care about your finances, but you both owe me. Darren, pay child support. Sally, pay damages. Sally, you didn't pay yet? You told the lawyer you'd pay it in full. We're in trouble.
Nothing happened when I didn't pay. Who cares?
Darren was exasperated. Sally, you're crazy. And you are just as bad for cheating with her. I was tired of their foolish comments, but I straightened up and smiled at Sally. Sally, did you bring what I asked for? She brightened up.
I did? I can't believe you want to see these. Jealous much, Lucy?
She pulled out demand letters from various law firms. What's this? Darren was shocked. He didn't know she was sued by so many people.
Sorry, babe. I'm just really popular, especially with lawyers. I guess they immediately see my charm?
What are you saying? These are all demand letters for damages. He collapsed. Sally was clueless.
Demand letters? They have lawyer names on them. They probably say they fell in love with me at first sight or something. I'm used to it.
She smirked, but Darren grabbed the letters. These are all for cheating? They say they'll enforce payment. It's as if you keep ignoring this, they'll enforce it. How much have you been ignoring? Sally, you've been breaking up homes since college. How many? Darren was shocked to hear this, but she didn't care.
So what? I'm irresistible. Men always choose me. I'm just too attractive.
I looked at her, lost in her own world, with the utmost contempt. Sally, you're just a second choice. You don't get it, do you?
Excuse me? All my lovers said they loved me more than their wives.
Sure, but you owe millions in damages. You'll never pay it all.
What do you mean?
She still didn't grasp the situation. I spoke slowly to make sure her head in the clouds could understand. These aren't love letters from lawyers. They're demands for damages from the wives of your flings. Ignore them and the court will garnish your wages.
Not love letters? My paycheck's taken? No way!
But if they can enforce it, you must have signed legal documents, right? This is serious.
Come to think of it, I might have signed something, but I didn't think it mattered.
Well, it does. You're trapped. The court will enforce it. She turned pale.
The court? You're not serious, are you? Am I a criminal? What do I do? Help me!
She started sobbing. I spread the letters and gave her advice. Pay up to avoid garnishment. You owe me too. $4,000 here, $25,000 there, $50,000 there.
I don't have that much. If my pay is garnished, how do I live? Darren, help me. Make more money so I'm not a criminal.
Her screaming brought Darren back to his senses. Hell no. Marrying you was a mistake. I'll sue you too.
What? You lied about working late to date younger women. I'll countersue you.
What? They were hopeless, and I was done. Wait, Lucy. Hear my apology.
Apology?
I don't need any of that. Just pay child support. Please, I didn't know she was like this. It's better to move back with you and live together. I'll have more money that way. What? He stammered and then pled with me. I was tricked by Sally. Now I'm finally free of her brainwashing. I want to see our cute daughter and make you both happy. We'll look great together, you know, a handsome dad and a cute girl. His smooth talking made me laugh. No way. You said you didn't care about her a year ago. And when things get tough, you come crawling back. You're the worst. You're not coming near my daughter. Don't say that. Please forgive me, Lucy. I felt sick and turned away, only to find Sally laughing.
Darren, you're stuck with me. Work hard for my damages.
Sally, you're in big trouble too. You promised to pay me in full. Borrow money if you have to. I'll go to court if needed. I'm serious.
Stop it. We're friends. You don't want me to be a criminal, right?
We're not friends. You've been sued so much that your social reputation is ruined. At this point, you should be used to it. Hearing my cold tone, she stood next to him pleading.
Please, I'll apologize as much as you want. Just reduce the damages. Or even cancel them, please.
Do you realize how much you hurt me a year ago? No reductions. Pay up or I'll enforce it. Goodbye. I left the coffee shop, watching them get scolded by the staff. Other customers filmed them. They deserved each other. I hurried home to my daughter and parents. Darren and Sally faced a messy divorce. He wanted out, but she wouldn't let go. And the court battles drained them. Moreover, Darren started hitting on every young woman he saw at the branch office. The company saw it as a problem and transferred him to an even more remote office, basically forcing him to quit. I insisted that my daughter's child support not be reduced, so he had to take various night jobs. Despite that, the divorce proceedings were costly and he was in the red. Sally, who was already disliked at work for her incompetence, was fired when it came out that she had been sued by the wives of her boss and another senior employee. Now she was taking any job to pay off the damages. A former classmate said she looked haggard. This was all because of her foolish choices for a fleeting sense of superiority. My daughter and I are thriving with the support of family and friends. My career is going well, though weekdays are often spent away from my daughter. To make up for it, we enjoy weekends and holidays together, and I use my vacation days to spend time with her. She greets me with a big smile when I come home from work. At first, I felt guilty for being a single mom, but seeing her grow and smile every day erased any regrets. We'll continue to support each other and live happily.